What up? Hey everyone, today we are going to talk about a special subject. It is June. There's a lot of different things going on in June, but one of the things that's near and dear to my heart is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, is what this month is. And the reason why it's so near and dear to me is because, man, I'm just going to be straight up with y'all. When I was coming up, it was not okay to talk about your feelings. When I was coming up, it wasn't okay to be like, I'm hurting. When I was coming up, it wasn't to say, hey, look, I'm sad, I'm gonna cry. It wasn't accepted. In all honesty, you was looked at it like a little bitch if you expressed your feelings and if you said certain things. And so today I want to try to eradicate those stigmas and let you know, all my fellas out there. And if you're not a fella out there, I want you to send this to a fella out there so that we can get our guys on board. All right, fellas, it's okay. It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be angry sometimes. It's okay. All of those emotions are natural emotions. Okay. And what we have done is we put this thing on our natural emotions to make it seem like you're weak if you feel those natural emotions. And I want to, like I said, I want to try to eradicate that, and I want to try to bring it to the forefront to let y'all know it's all good and it's okay to talk about how you feel. Taylor, my co-host, my girl, my baby, how you doing, baby girl?
I'm feeling good, a little worn out after today's activities, but we move.
we
Um,
move, we move.
so today I have a few questions for you, Father.
Okay, I'm
One
listening.
really being, what does having a men's mental health month mean to you?
It means a lot to me because it's recognizing that men have feelings too. That men, are more than just the breadwinners. Men are just more than just the father that has to that the kids come to when they're in trouble. It's like, nah, it's acknowledging that, hey, you know what, we can seek help and it's okay. It's okay to do that. So this month, um, I don't know who makes these months up and these things up, but this month is important though because of this, that, like I just explained. I appreciate that. I acknowledge it. What does it mean to
Okay.
you as a young woman to
Oh,
think about men in their mental health?
to me, it's kind of making me look at the world a little bit differently, especially with the young men that I'm going to be working with. Um, I think it's important that I take all of their emotions into play, whether if they show it or not, because a lot of them don't. And I think that starts at home. So I do just want to become an outlet for them to express how they're feeling with their mental health. So it does mean a lot to me. And I'm glad
I
that
think
it's kind
that's
of being
dope.
recognized.
Can you tell the people, because some people may not know what you're actually doing, so can you tell people what you do?
Oh, so right now I just have a fellowship with it's called Breakthrough Atlanta. But eventually I do want to become a school social worker. So I'm just getting a feel for, how schools operate, what how teachers need support like from people like us. So it's a good insight to what I'll be doing in the future.
Okay, okay, nice. All right, so you said you had a few questions for me. So my initial thing is always to deflect, 'cause I don't like answering the questions. I like asking them. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and we can talk about this man's mental health today and go from
Yeah,
there. Let's
so
go.
my next question was what has changed since you started taking your mental health more seriously?
I have been able to give people grace. I'm going to be really transparent right now, and I'm not proud of this at all. But I didn't used to be like this. There have been situations that my kids have come to me and have been crying, and I've been like, "Suck it up! Like, come on, suck that up! Like, what you doing?" There have been times that I have been really hard on my son, like because that's how I grew up. It was like, "Nah, men don't show their feelings." So I used to be like that to my son. Like, yo, come on, man, suck that up. You acting like a little girl, right? Come on. I used to do that. Like I was that person. I was that dad. But that's all I knew. I didn't know how to show feelings or expressions except for movies, because a good movie will make me cry in a minute. But besides that, I didn't really know how to express my feelings. I go from anger or from happy to anger. It was nothing in between, except for during a movie, I'd be sad. But other than that, it was just like happy and anger. So it helps me express myself And it helps me acknowledge my flaws that I had before of not allowing my kids to express themselves, because that could be really dangerous. And so I'm so blessed and so happy that I'm able to acknowledge that now, because, even with you, Taylor, I mean, you weren't really a super, super crier. Your younger sister, though, she used to cry like at the drop of a dime, a drop of a dime. And I can recall being like, yo, stop crying all the time. What is going on? Why are you always crying? Instead of embracing her feelings and saying, hey, you know what? Your feelings are valid. So now I'm able to validate feelings because I'm able to validate my own feelings. And I have not been able to do that in the past.
Okay.
When you hear
I
that, how does that
see. I
make you feel
see.
that I've acknowledged that? Real talk.
I mean, good. I appreciate
Can
it.
you, because can you tell the people like how I used to be, like how things used to be different?
Well, I think it was a lot more than you just getting mad and happy. I think there was a little bit more that was going into that. Um, but I don't know if we want to disclose that to the people. So, I mean, no, but I could definitely see a difference, like, of how you handle things and how you address things and how you take our feelings into account for a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I can definitely see a difference.
Yeah, and when you grow up the way that I grew up, and you see your kids like have emotions and stuff like that, it's like what is that? What do they do? What is the emotions? Like we don't talk about that. We ain't doing that. So, to be able to see you guys and to see you be able to stand up for yourself. I know we're talking about men's mental health awareness, but this is also a part of it, is just acknowledging that, look, I had some flaws back in the day, and I couldn't acknowledge like my kids' feelings. It was like, I'm a hugger, I'm a lover, like I'm all of those things. But when it comes to just being like sad, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like what's going on? You got so much to live for. Like what you sad for? Like I didn't get it. I wasn't fully emotionally what do you call it? Emotionally what?
Invested or intelligent?
And intelligent. I wasn't as emotionally intelligent as I am now. But I am now. So what was your next question?
So number two, did you ever have any warning signs? I told you maybe it's time to go see the lady.
The what? Who the hell is the lady?
Your therapist.
Did I have
And
any
if
warning?
so, yes. And if so, how long did it take you to finally take heed to those warning signs?
I mean, I've been going to therapy since I was a kid. It's just, I mean, I was scared about going to therapy because it wasn't helping me before. But I knew that I needed to go to therapy when I disclosed some things, and I'm not going to go into like heavily deep into it. But on my 30th birthday, I disclosed some things to your mom that had happened to me when I was a child, and your mom is the one that was like, "Okay, I think you need to talk to somebody about that." And I was never afraid to go talk to somebody. It's just the people that I was talking to, it wasn't helping. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
it always made me a little hesitant. I'm like, I don't need to talk to nobody because the people that I'm talking to, it's not doing nothing. So, but your mom was the one that was like, yo, I think that you really should go talk to somebody. I mean, I was depressed, I was sad, I was all of those things, but I didn't know how to express it to anybody. So
Yeah. Okay. So, how does it feel to know that over 6 million men suffer from depression per year, but depression is severely underdiagnosed in men?
it's sad, and it just makes me. It's every reason why I'm doing this podcast right now. Every reason why is because us as men, we don't speak up. Us as men, we don't speak out. We hide our feelings. Do you know that men are the top people in this world that commit suicide? Like, that is so scary to me. I mean, I don't think anybody should be committing suicide, but it's because we don't have outlets. We don't have anybody to talk to, and we suppress and we suppress and we suppress. So it makes me really sad to know that there are that many people, that many men in the world that deal with mental health issues and don't know what to do with it. They don't have the
Right.
outlets, or they don't feel like they have the outlets. So it makes me sad, to be honest with you. And that's why I do what I do. I try to help out as many people as I can to help build up their confidence and help them hold them accountable. But when I talk to my fellas, man, it's just something like deep in my heart. It's like, damn, okay. I appreciate you opening up because, it's like you shouldn't open up. People are like telling you that you shouldn't open up. You should keep it up. You should bottle it up. You should hold it inside. And for the guys that I do coach that I probably have like 10, 15 clients right now. And out of those 10, 15 clients, I say, if it was 10, I say 8 of them are men. And it just, I mean, I love the ladies. Ladies, I love you. All the women that I work with, I love you. I do. But when I hear my guys talk about and open up, it just has like a little special place in my heart, especially the young guys. Like I'm getting a lot of college students right now, and those college students are really opening up to me. And I appreciate and I love that about myself, that I'm that safe space. So I appreciate it. Like I do. I
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that I'm able to connect with people in that way.
And it's interesting that you said that because I had found a fact that was for men under 50, suicide is the biggest cause of death. So it's nice to hear that a lot of college students are coming to talk to you because I know I was going through it. So I can only imagine some men who feel like it's too manly to do whatever, whatever, or they've been told not to cry and stuff. Like, I just wonder how they've been dealing with everything, like with the pandemic and like everything's been crazy. So,
Yeah, it has. And just recently, real talk, like just recently, I just got picked up a new client, and he's a college kid, and I told him, I was like, yo, I just want to let you know, man, I'm so proud of you right now. And he was like, don't tell me that, because if you tell me that, I'm gonna start crying. And my reaction was, what's wrong with that? And he was just like, I don't know. I was like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you having an emotion of crying because something made you happy. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And so, me trying to give him that space and that safe space for him just allows him so far to just open up even more, because he's like, damn, this guy's not judging me. He's not shaming me. He's actually encouraging me to share my feelings. And he's been a lot more open. I'm not going to give him a shout out because it's all confidential, but I just want to say, like, I'm hella proud of him, because he's able to open up to me, and he realizes that it's okay to cry. It's okay if you're happy and you cry. It's okay to be sad and cry. It's okay. That's a natural emotion. Nothing wrong with that at all.
yeah, I really like that. Well, that was my last question, but if you want to ask me something,
How do you feel? What were your when you were growing up? What did you think about men that showed emotion or men that cried? I mean, you used to see me cry in movies, but what was your
no,
thought
I used to
process
see you
about when that
cry
came?
other times. I feel like I've seen you cry way other times, so
You definitely have. Look,
yeah.
I don't have a problem with it in front of my,
Like I
but in
wouldn't
front
say
of,
you're not an emotional person. Like I would say you're an emotional person, but it would be like, oh, I'm hiding my tears, whatever, whatever. And now you'll just do whatever. Like you don't really like I know not whatever, but like, you won't hide it or whatever. Like it's fine.
and as
So
before you say I used to try to hide it.
yeah, I think so. Or like,
Yeah, I think so
well,
too.
no, that's not the same. I was about to say stop with the crocodile tears, but that's when I was in trouble.
Girl, because that
So
was when you used to be in trouble. Look, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. It would be hard to decipher when Taylor was like for real and when she was like sad, because she would just, she's a daddy's girl. She's said it many, many times over the podcast. And so Taylor could just like out of a sudden, out the blue, just like, Pops. And it would be hard for me to decipher, like, okay, is this real or is this like her just trying to
okay,
play
no,
me?
I would not cry on command. Oh my gosh. Why are you
That
painting
would
me
be
as this
Kennedy.
manipulative child?
Because we have somebody in our family that could cry on cue, literally, and you'd be
Yeah,
like feeling
not
bad.
me. That was not me. So
All right.
anyways, oh, what were we gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, I'm glad, I'm really, really happy, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you for us doing this podcast right now, because I think that it's really super important. And to all my fellas out there, yo, I just want to let you know again that it is okay to
Excuse
open
me.
up. It is okay to cry. It is okay to be sad. It is okay to be happy. It is okay. You don't just have to be just a breadwinner. Like, our roles have expanded so much from back in the day. Like, we don't just have to be those things, and we can talk about our feelings, and we can be looked at as like, yo, I appreciate you expressing yourself and opening up. and not looked at as, oh, you a little bitch because you open it up right now. So I'm so super happy that that statement, you acting like a little bitch right now, has been like hopefully deleted from my brains, because I don't think that anybody's acting like no little bitch because they express themselves and because they express their feelings. So hey,
Right.
look, y'all know already I'm a life coach. If you're ready to invest in yourself, because there's a big difference. If you're ready to invest in yourself and you have a man that is in your life that is having a hard time opening up and having a hard time expressing their feelings, send them to Life Coach ATL for real. Because I don't have a problem with talking to anybody about that, because it's important. It's important that people realize and recognize that they have a safe space. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. As I told you before, we up to 2,000 listeners, so that's dope as hell. But I think that you are amazing. I think that you're beautiful. I think that you are dope. I think that you are kind. I think that you are worthy of love. And I want you to just keep being dope and keep being good to yourself, because you are.
Dope.
There we go.